Well, good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. I'm back with you again with another scenery review, the second one this week. This is an interesting place. Where are we? We're in Central America. We're actually in French Guiana, and this is Cayenne, FELIX EBOUE Airport in French Guiana, Sierra Oscar Charlie Alpha. This is a payware scenery by SLH Sim Designs, and you're looking at version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Note that there's also a 2024 version available, which is free if you've purchased this 2020 version, or I believe you can buy the 2024 version separately. The download comes in at 1.19 gigs and it installs at 3.7 gigs. It's available from a variety of vendors: SimMarket, Orbix, Airsoft and Flightsim.To. Best price I can find is the SimMarket price, which comes in at €15.60, which equates to $16.08 US, or £13.16 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include VAT or tax at 20%, which of course could vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. I'd also like to thank the guys at SLH Sim Designs for sending me this copy for review, and as ever the thoughts and comments are my own and have not been influenced by anybody else. So let's look at features. So features, we have highly detailed modelling, 4K PBR textures are on the scenery, custom animated vehicles, dynamic lighting, corrected terrain elevations, always a good thing, modelled terminal interior, custom taxiway signs, realistic ground texturing and grunge, which presumably means stuff on the tarmac, and static passengers as well. So it looks like there's quite a lot to see here. I mean, I've had a look over this scenery, and it's actually pretty impressive for what it is. Okay, so now let's talk some history. Okay, history. Cayenne FELIX EBOUE Airport, Sierra Oscar Charlie Alpha, is a public use international airport owned and operated by the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Guyana. It is French Guiana's main international airport and is located near the commune of Maturi, some 8 miles or 13 kilometers southwest of the French Guiana's capital city of Cayenne. Air Guyane Express has its headquarters on the airport property. The first airfield at Cayenne, known as Galion, was built in 1943. The construction, by the US Army Air Corps, took just 10 months and served as a base allowing bombers to reach Africa. Though quickly abandoned upon the completion of the new current airport, it can still be found very close to the aerodrome. The new airport was first given the name Rochambeau in reference to Jean-Baptiste Donatien de Vimeur, Comte de Rochambeau. I apologise if that came out incorrect. Commander-in-Chief of the French troops in the American Revolutionary War. It was purchased by France in 1949. The name was controversial because the airport's namesake's son, Donatien Marie Joseph de Vimeur, Vicomte de Rochambeau, harshly repressed the Haitian Revolution during the Saint Domingo expedition. Christian Tabreur, then member of the National Assembly of France for Guyana, requested in 1999 that the name be changed. Multiple proposals were submitted, including Caperot, a 17th century indigenous chief. It was finally renamed FELIX EBOUE Airport in 2012, the change becoming official in January of that year. The airport serves approximately 400,000 passengers a year. 4 airlines currently serve the airport, namely Air Caribes, Air France, Air Guyane Express and Sky High Airlines. So there you are, folks, there's some history for you. I apologise if pronunciation was wrong for those names. I have put them up as we go along so you can see them. To be honest, this is a really nice scenery. It's not, it's quite small, but it's quite extensive, and they've actually done quite a bit, and to be honest, I'm quite impressed at the price. But we'll go into that a little bit later. For the moment, let's have a look at the runways and navigational aids and see what sort of a job they've done there. Okay, runways and navigational aids. So I've lowered the lighting. It's now 25 past 6 in the evening. It's mid-January 2025, and we're looking down the throat of runway 08 at the moment. This little truck here did go into the runway, so I'm hoping it hasn't gone all the way down, but we'll look into that in a little bit. Okay, so Cayenne FELIX EBOUE Airport operates a single runway 0826, measuring 10,515 feet, or 3,205 meters, and it's made from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of just 26 feet, or 8 meters, and sits within the GMT UTC -3 hours time zone. Now, French Guiana does not observe daylight saving time, or DST, and with the UK now back on GMT, the airport is still 3 hours behind the UK. So let's look at runway 08, which features high-intensity runway lighting, high-intensity airfield lighting system, runway and identifier lighting system, and precision approach path indicators on the left side. And we pretty much got it correct here. The approach lighting is here. That's on the chart as well. It's only this end of the runway that's got it. Here are your runway end identifier lights flashing away, high intensity system here on the airport, and the PAPI's on the left, so that's pretty much correct. Approach options, this end you've got a standard instrument landing system with Y and Z approach options, and you also have an RNP and a VOR approach option. So let's pop down the other end, have a look at runway 26. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 26, and I've changed the time to 6:50 in the morning so we don't get the sun setting right down here, so you can't see anything. So runway 26 features high intensity runway lighting, a runway end identifier lighting system, and PAPI's on the left. So as you can see, they're missing the runway end identifier lights. That's the only thing I can see that's missing. PAPI's on the left, everything else is there. As you can see, you've also got turning pads. You've got one here, there's one about a third of the way down the runway there, and there's also another one on the other end, runway 08. Approach options for this end, you have just RNP and VOR approach options only. There's no ILS at this end, which is characterized by the fact you don't have approach lighting system here, and that's also as per the charts. So all's good, except they're just missing the runway end identifier lights that are at the other end, but they're not here, but are on the charts. So there we go, that was runways. You've got quite a long runway here, even though it's a fairly low elevation, so plenty of room for you to get in. It's great, it's no problem at all, it's all pretty realistic. So let's go to the JETWAY test now. Okay, JETWAYs, so here we are, we're parked on stand 2. I spawned directly from the menu, and here you can see the aircraft actually isn't on the centre line, and it's not on the 320 marker. So we'll do the test with where it is, and see if the JETWAY works properly, but obviously it would work better if you're properly on the marker. Okay, so let's activate the JETWAY and see how it works. So there she goes. Let's see whether it actually reaches the door. Well, that looks like it's made it, to be honest. It looks pretty good. Let's have a closer look. Firstly, as you can see, the stairs have gone into the concrete, which is quite a regular feature really in stairway tests. So that looks pretty decent from there. Okay, we've gone into the skin a little bit, but again, that's a regular feature during jetways, but it looks like it's connected. Let's check from the other side. And that looks like a reasonable connection. Okay, the hood hasn't gone right over the aircraft, but that's fine. So let's step inside the jetway and see what we can see. So there we go, we can see the doorway has opened. It hasn't infringed the jetway hood. It's a reasonable height up close to the aircraft here, which is pretty good. And also note the door is open, so again, you users of GSX are going to be able to see the passengers going up the jetway. And there you can see the jetway itself leads all the way up, so you should be able to see all your passengers walking up if you use GSX. So there you can see the skin has been infringed by this side of the jetway, but the other side seems to be fine. Let's have a look out from inside the aircraft. So there you can see from inside the aircraft looking out, the jetway's a bit angled, but you know, that would be okay. And you can see the doors open, and if you look just to the left in the passenger cabin there, you can see the hood that's actually gone into the side of the aircraft. But other than that, it's fine. I like the fact that the doors are open and you're going to be able to see passengers walking down the ramp. And once again, no infringement in the cockpit, everything looks okay there. Okay, so let's disconnect the jetway. Once again, the door springs back. Sorry, the hood springs back and the door closes. And the jetway returns to the safe area. And there you go, and you can see the jetway's actually gone correctly into the parking spot in the safe area here, which is excellent. So yeah, jetways work fine. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see how it works when you line up properly here. Okay, welcome back. So let's start the main tour. It's just after midday here. It's the 15th of January 2025, the actual date of this video. The only thing I've done is switched off live weather. So we are at the eastern end of the airport, runway 26 threshold there you can see to the left of us. Let's start the tour. So you can see you've got the airport road that's to the right hand side. There's the windsock. And there's on the left, there's the turning pad I mentioned before. So here we're coming up to the main airport itself. There you've got a GA area with hangars, aircraft inside. Some of the hangars are empty as well. It looks pretty nice. Again, you can see lots of detail here. They've done a really good job. Local vehicles as well, I have to say. The ramp textures look great. And it just, you know, it's very impressive. No, it's really good. So there's a control tower, beautifully weathered, as you can see. I mean, there's weathered concrete for you. And then down there, just beside it, you can see the fire station. Let's have a look at the tower. So here's the tower from the outside. Some really nice detail there. And of course, you can see we've got development inside. So let's pop in and have a look. So there we are. Let that be a lesson to other developers. Here you've got a developed, not only a developed control tower, but you've got a fully staffed control tower. Static models, and as you can see with the way the drone camera moves around, really no frame rate problems at all. And quite a nice view. Lots of detail inside here, which is really impressive. And there's a quick shot outside showing you the main airside ramp area from inside the tower. Looks like we've got a vehicle going in on the runway there, which is not a good sign. Wouldn't like to be landing here when we've got vehicles going onto the runway. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the fire station. Some really nice detail here. Great fire engine models here, all properly modelled as per the real airport, including the car, and inside here even the interiors, they're quite nicely detailed and weathered. This is great, and you've got another fire tender there. So let's continue the tour. As you can see, various buildings and bits and pieces, all amazingly weathered. Very, very well done, I have to say. We've got what looks like an old hangar there. And here you've got an airside road that goes all the way up to the military area. I'll just speed this up a little bit. Yeah, you see, unfortunately, we've got vehicles going along the runway there, which is not a good thing. That needs to be fixed. So here's the military area. As you can see, it's been nicely modelled. You've got a helicopter there, military type hangars, and we've got aircraft inside the hangars there as well as vehicles. With some really nice detail. One helicopter in a hangar there, another one there. And this is nicely done. So all you jet jockeys or jet fighter pilots, helicopter pilots are well catered for in this scenery. There's a really nice modelled aircraft and hangar there too. And here more hangars with jets inside. I mean, it's little things like this that really sort of make the scenery, the details that they put in. It's really brilliant. So this looks great. The only problem I can find is these two jets need to be repositioned because their wings are sticking through the hangar. So two jets there that need to be repositioned, and that's fine. So let's have a quick look landside of this area. I mean, it does look good. Look at this. It's brilliant. So here you've got the rear part of the hangars. It really does look pretty good here. So military area is nicely done. A few little things to fix, but yeah, apart from that, it's fine. And as you can see, you've got hangar space should you need it. So just a high level shot looking landside. You can see the landside road goes all the way along. We've got a couple of buildings as well. Lots of things for you to discover here as per the features. And we'll have a look as many as we can here. Okay, so we'll follow the landside road towards the main airport area and have a look at the landside part of this airport. As you can see, bits and pieces for you to look at. Come down a bit lower here. Well, there's lots to see, there really is. So here's the main terminal landside. And you've got people there, static people sitting outside, a couple of cars. Very nice. And the trees, I love the trees. So this is the sort of thing that gives an airport ambience and sort of realism, as it were. Really, really nice. We'll have a look in the terminal in a minute. So as you can see, lots of landside detail. And this, I presume, is the fuel farm area. Yes, it is. You've got your tanks there. And there you've got probably cargo to the right there. So let's just have another pass landside, and here you've got the car park, all done in 3D, lots of detail, lots of car repetition unfortunately, but you know, I'm not really complaining about that. It looks good. In fact, the car repetition doesn't look so bad in the main car park there. Road signs. And as you can see, the car park roof basically are all solar panels, which is very common in this part of the world. And just another pass landside. You can see various static people standing around. It looks good. This is what this is what really makes an airport. Very nice indeed. Okay, so let's look at the ramp area, which is what you pilots would be interested in. Now, I spawned straight from the menu, and for a change we've loaded the PNDG 737-800 instead of the FELIX Airbus, which is what we used in the JETWAY test. And here you can see we've spawned, but we're not on the center line. I don't know whether that can be corrected by the developer. I'm not sure how it works. But obviously if you're starting here, this isn't really very good. I mean, the JETWAY will work, I think, but you know, you really need to be on the center line here. And here's a close-up of the markings. Okay, so you've got 320, Airbus the 310, Airbus A330 and the 330-340. One for the 747, which can land here. The runway's long enough and it's a low elevation, so there won't be any issues. 777 and the 35. 787 Dreamliner there, 767. I assume that the 737 will go on the 320 mark. In fact, yeah, there. In fact, no, that's the 787. But I would assume that 737 would go on the 320 mark. But as you can see, we're nowhere near the center line, which is a pity. Animated vehicles, you've got a fuel truck here going past, and you've also got, I think it's the airport police. Yep, it's really, really nice. And just a close-up view airside. As you can see, you've got some passengers and some people here. Not sure if this is going to be a security issue with them standing outside there, but you know what, it's fine. It just gives it some atmosphere. I like the way these are done here as well. You've got advertising hoardings, and for you people that use GSX, hopefully you'll be able to see people walking through there when they get off the aircraft. There's a look in the other direction. It's just very nice. You know, the addition, you've got animated flags here that are moving, the plants. It just really makes this. This is a lovely little airport with loads of detail. And you know, I'm sitting here wondering about the price. It's a steal, really, but we'll go into that later. Okay, so here's the view from the flight deck on stand 2. This is what you'll see when you park up, although hopefully you'll be a little bit further to the right hand side. There's the view from the captain's side. And there we are, looking across the ramp through the first officer's window. Okay, let's go inside the terminal now and have a look. Got a couple of ladies outside there chatting away, and I really like this foliage here. Let's go in through arrivals first and see what we can see. So we're going in from airside, so this is the way that passengers would go in, having deplaned from the airport if they've stepped off without going through the jetway. But this is nicely done. All the correct signage. And these doors would be open. And you've got people that would go through the police control. And here's the baggage reclaim. Very, very nice. And this is what I like. Look at this, animated baggage on every one of them. This is great. It's really good. Just a little tour inside the hall. And you've even got the baggage trolleys. You can see airside out through the window there. The plants, I'd say the plants just do it for me. They're really nice. It's very nice indeed. So there you go, that's the baggage hall from airside. Brilliant. So this is the exit, and this is normally where customs would be. So let's see if this leads us out into the landside arrivals hall. Looks like it's going to. And yes, it has. So here we are, landside arrivals. There you've got the bar, little restaurant area thing there. Loads of lovely plants. You can see all the car rental agencies in the corner. There's a customer there, and they've got a rental agent, which is good. It's really good to see that. And they're looking across to the rest of the arrivals hall. I mean, it's lovely. It's a really nice scene. And kudos to the developers. I mean, look, we're right up close to this arrival sign, and it's perfectly clear and readable. No blurring at all. And you've got the young lady there waiting to obviously meet somebody coming out. So, car rental agency, and there's one of the agents. And here's the restaurant seating area. Really, really nice. So we're outside now, a little bit of a slow move along here. We'll make our way towards check-in ultimately, which is the other side. But there's the arrivals area we just looked at. And you know, I can't get over this. This is just very, very nicely done. This is the sort of thing you want to see. And as you can see now, I'm moving the drone along. There's no real juddering at all. There's loads of detail, loads of people. But it's really not affecting the frame rate or anything. It's just wonderful. Some nice cars. It's really impressive. So let's go inside. We're lucky enough to be able to go right through the grass here. And as you can see, a nice queue at check-in there. Actually, yeah, it's not check-in there. There, I think is the, yeah, that's departures. But as you can see, lots of detail, lots of realism and real atmosphere going on here. Absolutely brilliant. So there's departures, goes through to security. Let's check that clock and see if it's correct to the sim time. Okay, no it isn't. But no problem, it's no problem at all, just something I was going to look at. Okay, so let's go through security. There you've got X-ray area just there before you go right in. Again, plenty of people and really no no frame rate issues. I mean, I'm moving quite nicely. I want to shed loads of people here. Check-in desks are manned as well. Really nice, really nice. So there's an overview of a very busy check-in area. Really, really nice. Okay, so let's go airside into the airside lounge and have a look. So once again, we've got figures, people in the airside lounge departure area. And we also have check-in staff at the gate, which is good. So let's do a little pass airside, see what we can find. We've got a shop there, duty-free shop, I think to the right. And some high-resolution photographs on the left to give the impression that there are shops there too. Stairs going down. I wonder if that escalator works. And yes, it does. There you can see a moving escalator. And there's a nice little cafe restaurant. And the Americans, South Americans and Central Americans, they do love their football. So we've got a big TV screen here with football going on. Love it. So we carry along to the end here. This is, I mean, the detail is wonderful. It is so nice to see this. Loads of passengers, no problem with the frame rate. I mean, look at this, it's great. And once again, we're up close to one of the signs at the gate and it's perfectly readable. It's really good. And there you can see a fire tender going out airside and a couple of engineers walking around. This scenery is brilliant. It's got everything. It's really impressive. Okay, so there we are. We've had a good look around the scenery during the daytime. So much for you to see and explore. I mean, this airport is wonderful. Let's drop it down to dusk now and have a look at the lighting effects. Okay, 6:35 p.m. Lights came on about 3 minutes ago, and here we're looking at a very nice scene. Plenty of ramp lighting where it should be, lots of subtle lighting. You can see wonderfully inside the terminal. It looks good. So looking east, threshold of 26 in the distance, there you can see plenty of signage, all properly lit up as well, which is great. And in the other direction there you've got the military area in the far corner. In fact, let's go and have a look at that first and see what there is lighting at dusk for our jet jockeys that might want to use that. So here's the military area. As you can see, it looks pretty bright here, but it's good enough. What you've got is lots of lighting here, the appropriate places that you'll need. You can get into this hangar where the jet is perfectly fine. You will need your nose gear lights for taxiing along here, but you've got blue airfield edge lights as well, and there's enough light here to make this usable, which is really good. Here's a lead out to the runway 08. Let's have a close look at some of these signs. So there you go, signs look really nice, and we've even got WIGWAGS as well. We've got the runway guard lights here, and the signs are very nicely done. They glow onto the ground, which is good. There you've got your WIGWAGS denoting the entry point to runway 08. So once again, here's the view from the flight deck at dusk. It's a lovely scene, beautiful subtle lighting. This, to be honest, you know, this is getting to be one of the best sceneries I've seen for a while. There's nothing missing. Okay, got a couple of issues which I'm sure they'll sort out, but there's so much detail. There's the captain's side. And looking across the first officer's window. So here's a close-up shot of the main ramp. As you can see, plenty of lighting, not an asobo globe in sight, which is brilliant. It just looks good. It looks realistic. It's just what you'd expect. So here by the tower you've got buildings where they've done sort of parallaxing, which is pretty good because it makes it look pretty real. And look, we've even got a fire engine moving out of the fire station and now going down the road. And it's lit as well. And the front headlights are working. This is really incredible. So there's a control tower. There's internal lighting, as you can see, not a lot, but there's enough to be able to see the TV screens for the controllers. And there's a close-up view from outside. You can see they've got internal lighting, which is brilliant. So once again, an overview airside. It just looks so good. It really does. So let's do a quick pass landside here of the terminal, have a look at the people. It looks great. A little bit of juddering, but really not much. Considering the amount of detail we've got, it's great. It really does look the part. Very nice indeed. Okay, so that was dusk. Let's drop it down to night time now and have a look at the effect on when the sun is gone completely. Okay, 10 PM local time, and as you can see, all evidence of dusk or daylight has gone now, and the lighting has come up, which is what we expect. And this looks nice. Really does. So they're looking towards the threshold of runway 08. In the distance you've got the military area. Again, the light has come up significantly there. So night operations for you jet fighter pilots aren't really going to be a problem at all. And it does look good at night. There's runway 26 in the distance, and there to the left you've got GA hangars. Some of them open, got a big empty one there as well which you guys could use. So lots of options here for whatever type of flight you do. A quick look out through the first officer's window from inside the aircraft at night time. As you can see, the view is excellent, really no complaints there. So a quick close-up view there of the main airside ramp at night time. I'm not going to go mad because there's so much that we've seen. I mean, this just looks great. It's good that you can see in through into the terminal. That's a lovely effect that you get there. Once again, you've got a nice view into the side of the control tower there. We've also got the red light on the top, which is mandatory. It's a mandatory requirement at all category 6 and 7 airports. There's an overview of the ramp. And there's an overview of the terminal and the car park seen from landside, looking towards the east. Beautiful moon up there, very, very nice indeed. There's more things for you to discover, some things I haven't touched here. Really lots of stuff to look at. Okay, time to bring the dawn up, and if I'm in the right position we should see the buildings all glow as the sun comes up behind me, all being well. Okay, 5 to 7 in the morning, 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. And as you can see, the sun's come up behind me, and this is the glow you get at the early morning. It's really, really nice. Lights went out about 5 minutes ago, and as you can see, it just looks great. Runway 08 in the distance with the ILS equipped runway, and you can see you still have some glows here on some of the signage. And there we are looking at some of the GA hangars and cargo areas here. This is runway 26. And the big open hangar you saw earlier on. And the sun comes up in the east behind us. Very nice indeed. Okay, it's an hour later. Time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts. I'm going to say right off the bat, this is a steal. This is a really, really good airport. And this is Flightsim.To. God knows how much better it looks in 2024. Maybe somebody who gets this in 2024 can leave me something in the comments and let me know. It looks fantastic, to be honest, in 2020. And it's a steal. I mean, my God, what, 16 euros? $17? So much detail. And quite a lot that I haven't looked at here. I mean, the terminal is incredible, inside and out. And little things that I've not seen before, like the fire station, you know, the fire service vehicle going in and out and parking and everything. And all of the signs inside the terminal, all readable. The moving baggage belts with baggage on them, moving escalator, and you've got a control tower that's fully modelled with controllers. There's so much going on here. It's really good. This is a very, very good piece of scenery, and it's right up there with the best in my opinion. And the price is extremely competitive. The only issues I would like to see sorted out, which I don't think really are going to be too much of a problem. Okay, they need to, if they can, they need to try and sort out the spawning issue. You need to be able to spawn directly onto the centre line, not to one side of it. Vehicles on the runway are a regular bugbear of mine in a number of sceneries. It would be nice if they could prevent the vehicles from going onto the runway. Some sceneries they've been able to do that, others they haven't. The runway end identifier lights are missing on runway 26, that's this end down here. All they need to do is put them back and that's fine. And yeah, the only other thing we've noticed in the military area, you've got two jets that are inside hangars where the wings are protruding through the side of the hangars. So yeah, that's all they've got to sort out at some point. But this is such a good scenery. You could probably ignore all of those. I would like to see the spawning positioning sorted out, and I'd like to see the runway and identifier lights on runway 26. Those are the two major things for me, and just to basically bring the scenery up to spec. But it's really, really good. I'd thoroughly recommend it. It's really can't recommend it enough. It's a very nice piece of work. It fits well within the terrain. they've modelled the terrain and sorted that out. It's great. It's very, very good. So there you are, folks. It's Cayenne, FELIX EBOUE Airport in French Guiana, Sierra Oscar Charlie Alpha. There's a payware scenery by SLH Sim Designs, and you're looking at version 1, the release version, for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020, and there's a 2024 version available as well. Download is 1.19 gig and it installs at 3.7 gig. It's available from SimMarket, Orbix, Airsoft and Flightsim.To, depending on who you like to buy your products from. Best prices at SimMarket that I can find, €15.60, which equates to $16.08 US, or £13.16 UK. As ever, those US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 20%, which could vary depending on where you are when you buy the scenery. Very nice scenery, really fully well done in almost every respect. Just a couple of issues to sort out, and hopefully SLH Sim Designs will take that on board and release version 1.1. But no, absolutely brilliant. Really, I can't recommend it enough, especially at this price. So thanks for joining me, folks. Thanks for watching another really nice Central South American scenery for you to look at. Many flights go in and out of here. I certainly will try this, and it's great. It really is. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. I'm going to try and get another one out later this week, where we'll be looking at a different version of the Seychelles, released by another developer. So thanks for watching. My name's Lee. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.